booties for black girl nerds.
So we're with Black Girl Nerds.
I can see that.
Well, yeah, hey.
I can see that.
Hey. So we're very excited. This trailer was amazing. What was that experience like with fans seeing that?
Oh, so cool. I mean, we've been so proud of this movie even before we even finished filming it. Honestly, we were having such a good time in Atlanta this last summer. The whole gang came back together, plus we had these other additions, wonderful, beautiful, talented, charming additions to the movie. And Lucy and Helen and Rachel, and I don't know, it was super groovy, just making it. And then ever since they started doing, cuts of it, everyone's been very happy, and the screenings, test screenings and everything have been very good. And so I haven't seen any of it other than the trailer, but it's so cool to at least just give people a little bit of what we did and know that there's so much more behind that they'll, everybody will super dig come Christmas time.
Yeah. I mean, my birthday is around Christmas time, so this is like a present to me.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So you mentioned the gorgeous ladies you have entering the cast.
Yes.
What was it like working with them? And I got to say, you mentioned family, and that was just the biggest thing because Helen was in Fast. And, totally makes sense.
That's right. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Just what was that like on set, the bonding experience? Yeah, working with them.
Oh, it was so dreamy. I knew Lucy in passing a little bit. We had some mutual friends. I think I'd met her very briefly once or twice or something, but never really had time to kind of know each other. And so, every little bit I ever thought and believed she was as a person, once I got to know her, I was like, oh, you're even 10 times cooler than that. And she's so talented, and she's such a pro. And Helen is that. And then some. I mean, it's, she's Dame Helen Mirren, but she's so chill, and she's got great work ethic, but also like no pretense at all. She's just like a grounded, wonderful soul. And we got to do, like, as in the trailer, that scene where I mentioned family, right? It's like 2.5 pages of me and Helen Mirren, just the two of us. I was like, when I read it, I was like, I get to do this? And I'm just being a ham the whole time on my side of the conversation as Billy Batson Shazam. And she's this goddess sitting on the other side, all stoic and powerful and everything. And it's just such a fun scene. And I can't wait to see all of that. I can't wait for everybody to see all of that.
So what would you say to comic book purists who are eagerly awaiting just the new editions of Shazam and all the aspects of the whole God realm that we get to see?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the more we get to explore the universe of Shazam, the more fun we're going to get to have, because it's a very strange universe. The Captain Marvel Shazam universe is a very strange one, and you go back far enough in the comic books, and there's crocodile men and talking pigs and all this weird, very kind of zany things. But there's so many more facets to it, and that have been built over the years and all that jazz. And the God realm is, one of the underpinnings of it, because all of my powers are ultimately from gods, demigods, or a man of God. I mean, that's what the acronym of Shazam, is all built on. So it's all very much in the God realm to have, the daughters of Atlas come to wreak havoc, and they do.
The trailer showed just a snippet of what they can do, and we're very excited. So as we see these characters grow up, you're obviously having some identity crisis issues in the trailer.
Yeah.
What was it like to kind of bring forth that powers, adolescence, Shazam, all of that into one, and growth from the first film?
Yeah. It was such a fun challenge. I mean, it really is. It's one of my favorite characters I've ever gotten to play. Maybe my favorite up to this point. I don't know. I'm not going to pick favorites. But it's so fun just to be a kid. Just to, you rarely get to get paid to pretend to be some more immature version of yourself. And I get to do that with really great writing and great actors to do it with, and such a fun role that it's not like most superheroes that are adults and do adult things. I am an adult, but I'm not. So it's so fun. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Likewise.
You're next. Likewise.
We are at Black Girl Nerds. How are you? Oh, thank you. Hey.
Every time.
So how was your Hall H experience?
It's always crazy. I don't know. I always have fun. It's electric. It's definitely so much energy, and I dig that a lot.
So how did you and Brody get together and kind of mesh out the details of young, older?
I feel like we had one meeting, and it was in the first one, and I was like, okay, are you gonna do it this way? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. And I was like, okay, I'll do it that way too. And that was it. And then in the second one, we'll just like wink at each other, and then he'll step in for me after I say the magic word, which I can't say right now because then I'll turn into Adam Brody, and I don't want him to steal my thunder, pun intended. That was 2 winks in one interview. That's a lot. But no, I love it. I love Adam Brody.
I mean, so do we.
Could you not?
So what can we expect in terms of just, you guys have grown up, there's a little adolescence drama, there's powers that are just complicating things. What can we expect from your character?
Well, not only are powers complicating things, I think also hormones are also playing a part, because I think we're at the height of our pubescence. It's like the last year of high school, or something like that. It picks up later. So, yeah, I feel like there's that evolution, and we're trying to keep our superpowers cryptic, but then again, we're also growing up on the path of life, very young, making mistakes, maybe a little too nonchalant with our powers, getting in trouble, paying for it along the way.
I mean, that's any kid with powers, right?
Of course, any kid with powers, so normal. It was a normal situation.
So if you had powers, how do you think you would kind of...
I would not. To answer your question, no. I would not do well. I don't think I'd become a villain, but I would end up doing something that would be like, oh my god. I thought like, I'd probably do a Shazam thing where I'd be like trying to stop a bus from something, but it's actually like a jail bus, and like I let all these criminals free or something. I don't know. Like I would do something real bad on accident.
That's amazing. So what can you say to comic book purists who are eagerly awaiting Shazam! Fury of the Gods?
I will not let you down. I promise. I will not let you down. I will fulfill our manifest destiny of bringing an amazing, buoyant, full-bodied movie to the screen.
There it is.
That felt good. Thank you.
And where do you see that progress in diversity and inclusion coming, and where do you see your place in the DC universe, bring that forth?
I think that it takes time, and I think it's about all of the work that you do. And to me, you eke forward as you make these decisions about what you want to do. And it's always about, is it interesting? Is it challenging? And as those things build up, you start to build, this structure and this foundation, and other people can join. So it becomes a city, it becomes a state, a country, and it becomes something that we can all be a part of. And I think it's about belonging. And we all want to belong, and that's why we're all here at Comic-Con. I mean, as a child, for me, coming from immigrant family, I did not feel like I belonged, right? And so I think, in a way, going into the entertainment business, you fall into this circus of people that are trying to find a way. And now, I've been lucky enough to have worked and have reached a level of success where I can really feel like I belong. And we're all looking for that.
Girl nerds, tell us, what was it like for you to just bring forth Shazam! Fury of the Gods?
I mean, it was amazing to not only come back to this world, but also do it in a much bigger way, on a much bigger scale. Like in the first movie, you got to see a little bit of the family, but now the family is such a big part of it. And just doing it with more action, bigger stakes, and a bigger cast overall, because now we have, 3 goddesses in the movie as well. So it was really cool.
You mentioned family is such an important theme in this world, actually, with Shazam and just the kids, and then older with all their powers. So how did you build on that and also include growing up, adolescents, they're older, maybe more mature?
A little bit more mature, not too mature. But it was fun to sort of lean into that because the kids are older, and we deal with that in the movie. Like Billy's about to turn 18, he's going to be an adult rather than a kid, and he's sort of worried about what's going to happen with the foster family and everything. Is he still going to be able to live there? So we really lean into that part of the story.
And I'm curious, what, I guess, did you look for, or resource did you pull from to get that authenticity from foster care and themes of that nature?
I don't know. It sort of came organically because I think Henry Gayden, has done such a good job with the script as well, and I think it helps with having this cast we do as well, which really feels like a family. They hang out when we're not shooting, or like they're together all the time. So they really bring that unity and that familiarity to the set and to the movie.
And with a film like this in the DC universe, what were some of the challenges you faced during production?
Well, I mean, part of it is just that the scope of it. Since it is a much bigger movie, it's a bigger challenge. It's quite a marathon. It's the biggest movie I've ever gotten to make. But I think the challenge is just, how much there is to do and to deal with and keep track of. But I work with such a great crew that helps out with that. And, we did shoot during COVID, which was kind of weird, but we were very lucky in that we never had to shut down or anything. So it all worked out.
Were there any portions of filming during COVID that maybe helped or hindered that production process?
Not really. It was just like wearing masks, doing a lot of testing and that stuff. I think overall, though, everyone was just happy to be back and working together again.
Okay, so if you could sum up this film for our peeps who maybe are just coming into the Shazam world, who may binge the first one and then go see the second one, what could you tell them?
Oh, you're gonna get your money's worth because it's a lot of movie, and I think it's better than the first one.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.